guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Pretty Vulgar Nightingale palette. I'm going to do some swatches, I'm going to show you an eye look with this, I'm going to give you my thoughts on whether you want to buy this palette or not. I'm going to put timestamps for all of that down below so you can watch the parts of the video that you would like, because I'm going to start out by telling just a little story about why this video is being posted today and not like Monday like I expected to. So yesterday, which was Monday, I decided I was going to film and post a video so I could have one up on Monday. I try to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It doesn't always work out that way, but I do that as much as possible. So I got my makeup on, I got my hair done, I got my light set up and everything else, and I went to film and the memory card wasn't in my camera. Which happens because I take it out to put it onto my laptop to do my filming, but I realized I couldn't find my video card or the little doohickey that I have that actually lets me import it into my MacBook. So on the weekend I had done some editing at my partner's place, so I tore apart all of my bags that I carried my computer and everything over in, could not find it. Looked everywhere that I thought it could be and it wasn't there. So I thought I must have left it at the partner's place. I called him, he said it's not here. I was like, are you sure? Because I thought it's gotta be there. I remember sort of taking it out of my computer and putting it somewhere. So I went over to his place, tore his place apart looking for it, came back over here, you know, cushions off the sofa, going through everything, seeing anywhere where it could have dropped, and just thought it's gone. And that was so frustrating because I would not only have to buy a new SD memory card, but also a new like doohickle dongle thing to connect it to my MacBook. So frustrated, and then I decided yesterday afternoon, fine, I'll just go and like get the new things that I need because I can't film videos without these things. So off I went to Best Buy, came back and decided I would check my mail on my way up to my condo again. And when I stopped at my mailbox, this is what I saw. See that thing on top there? That is my memory card plugged into my adapter. So I dropped it by my mailbox, and if I had just gone there first, this video would have been posted yesterday. But somebody was nice enough to leave it there for me, and now hopefully Best Buy will take these back and I can get my money back, and we are filming a video today. So the Pretty Vulgar palette. Let me first start by telling you about the palette itself. I'm not going to talk about Pretty Vulgar. I've done at least 2 reviews on their products, maybe 3. I will link those down below. Some of the products I quite liked. I really liked their gel eyeliner. The blush, meh, I was kind of, you know, not worth the money in my opinion. But this is the Nightingale eyeshadow palette. If you buy this at Sephora, it's going to cost you $43 Canadian, so it is up there. The details on it is that it is an eyeshadow palette that offers 12 smoky hued shades with a mixture of matte, shimmer, and pearl finishes. Have All Eyes on You with Nightingale, our 12 shade palette with colors meticulously chosen to create a deep, sultry look formulated for long wear. Our highly saturated, blendable matte, shimmer, and pearl smoked hued eyeshadows are perfect for a night out. That's pretty much it about what they say about this. As I said, it's sold through Sephora. The ingredients does have talc in here as well as mica. Talc, you know, I'm not against it in eyeshadows, but it generally is a little bit of a filler. And some people can be sensitive to it, so it's good to know that it is in there. This is the palette right here. I do think it is a gorgeous palette. It looks so much like the cover of a vintage book. And although it is cardboard, it is very luxe packaging, which I don't find is usually the case for this brand, but this just feels really nice. The silver is embossed on here. It just has a nice weight to it, even though it's cardboard. And I do love the way that it opens up. You know, I think even though this is very cutesy in the way that it's laid out as a bird cage, it's not sacrificing layout, and it's not sacrificing usability for, you know, doing something different looking, because it still concentrates all the shadows in there. There's not a lot of empty space. You do get a nice big mirror up here. I just think the way that this is laid out and presented is absolutely beautiful. So let me show you the swatches here of the shades. You're going to have Nocturnal, which is a matte white, Pillow Fight, Break Free, Dark Side, Hide and Seek, Clutch, Flip Out, I Spy, Silver Spoon, Swoop, After Midnight, and All Nighter. And now that we have done the swatches, why don't we pop right into showing you an eye look with this palette. I'm going to start by taking a very flat brush and going into the shade I Spy, which is the sort of shimmery bronze one here. And I'm going to put that all over my lid. Now, I am getting a little bit of fallout down here. Now, I do find that although it applies okay with a dry brush, going in over it with a bit of a wet brush will give it a little bit more shine. So I'm doing that a little bit more towards the inner and outer parts of my eye, because right in the middle I'm going to pop in the shade Clutch, which is just a little bit lighter. So for Clutch, I'm going to wet my brush again, and I'm just going to tap it right in the center just to bring a little bit more lightness to the look. And this is another shimmer shade. So not a huge change, but it just makes it look like light is hitting the center of the lid a little bit more. What I'm going to do next is take a slightly fluffier brush and go into the shade Hide and Seek, which is that nice sort of transition matte shade there. Tap it off a little bit because there is a little bit of fallout, and I'm just going to use that to soften around the edges. Now, it does get a little bit patchy there, I'm seeing, so I'm just going to go back in with a little bit more. There seems to be a little patch there that it doesn't want to stick to. Now that became just a little bit more all around smoky than I meant for it to. I wanted to kind of keep it tucked up a little bit closer to my eye. So I'm just going to go into Nocturnal here, this very white shade, and use that to sort of blend and remove some of the darkness around the edges. And then I'm just going to use that shade in the middle, Pillow Fight, for a little bit of a highlight under the brow bone. And also for an inner corner highlight. And finally, to finish it off, I'm just going to take a slightly thin, fluffy brush, go again into Hide and Seek, and just use a touch of that to bring down below the eye, just to balance it out a bit. And then just on this side, I'm just moving away a bit of fallout. So I'm just going to put on some mascara, and I'll come back with the finished look. There we go. I've kept this relatively soft by not using a black liner with it, but just doing my upper and lower lashes, and this is the final, fairly neutral, smoky look. Let me tell you what I think about this palette, and I'll also tell you why it has taken me so long to put this review up. I just felt really conflicted. I look at this palette and nothing in here excites me. It doesn't. And I also feel like there's some real inconsistencies in here. But the shadows that are good are good. It's just, I can't see spending $43 on something that doesn't excite me. But if this floats your boat, I will tell you what is good about this and what you should look out for. So there are some shades in here that are so incredibly soft and creamy. Nocturnal here is a white that is actually like white, you know, like you see it, which on my skin does not happen a lot. Pillow Fight here is an incredible highlight shade. Like it comes out much lighter than you think, and it's this just gorgeous metallic, like wet looking shine. And then you go to Break Free and it honestly feels like you're rubbing your finger on a cardboard box. It's like a fairy fart of glitter. You get no pigment on there and just this smattering of glitter that just falls all over the place. So how on earth can you have these two beautiful shades that are so nicely done, and then this one, which is terrible? The shimmers in here, like Clutch and Silver Spoon and I Spy, they are good. They're nothing super unique, but they're good. They'll do like a nice shimmer on a smoky eye. The mattes on here as well are also fine. They're blendable. Sometimes they can get a little bit patchy, but not too bad, but they're ho-hum. And there's a lot of repetition in here. Like between Swoop and Flip Out, they're two very similar matte brown shades that are gonna be very hard to tell the difference on your eye. After Midnight is like a charcoal gray, and then you have All Nighter, which is a matte black, and both of these are matte. Well, you could just use a lighter touch on this and get a very similar effect. And I just feel like they're missing out on putting in some other shades that would make this more versatile and actually make it a little bit more worth the money. Like they should take out Break Free, one of these two browns, and probably After Midnight, and maybe put in a couple of other shades in there that would make it more versatile. So my problem with this is that they're not, like, other than Break Free, which is bad, they're not bad, but it's not exciting. And it's a smoky neutral palette, which all brands make something like this. So if you are brand new to makeup, maybe you don't have these in your collection, but it doesn't mean you need to get it for $43. You could find it somewhere else. If you are somebody who has a number of palettes like me, I bet you every single shade of this you have somewhere already is the problem. They do have 3 other palettes, Phoenix, Pretty Bird, and I think Morning something or other, which are more like red tones, really cool bright shades. I feel like those would be a little different because they're a little bit more unique. But this one, I'm just not jazzed on it, which is too bad because it's really nicely done, but it's just not special. And yeah, I've been using it and like it makes nice neutral everyday looks, so it's not bad. It just doesn't wow me, which for that price, I kind of want to be wowed. Yeah. So I believe that is everything I have to say about this palette. I would love to hear what you guys think of this. If you've been reaching for it, if you've been using it, if you absolutely love it, if you would actually pay the full amount through Sephora if you didn't receive this through Boxycharm, or if you did buy this through Sephora, or if you have used one of their other palettes, what it's like, because there's inconsistency here, which leads me to being a little bit more hesitant about getting one of the other palettes that has colors that call to me more, because are the shades going to be like Break Free, which feel like cardboard, or are they going to be like Nocturnal and Pillow Fight, which are gorgeous? I don't know. I mean, I can go into the store and swatch, but it just leads me to be a little bit more concerned about buying other products. Leave all of that in the comments down below. I do try to respond to every comment that I get. If you like this review, give it a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, I'll make my face pop up there. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.